All right, so we're going over, just a step back, we're going over GrubHub, Django associations. So the GrubHub has 5 tables: users, orders, restaurants, food items, order food items, as shown right here that this is given to us. And I'm just going to look at the first association. A user has many orders. I'm just going to open up this thing here and say a user has many orders. I can say like ID int primary key, or does that make, okay. And then user restaurant. I'm just going to make all these tables real quick on here. Restaurant, order. I'm just going to capitalize everything. What is this one? Food item and order food item. Give them some spacing. Oh, whoops, I don't want to save that. All right, so come here. A user has many orders. So I'm just going to come over here. So a user has many orders. So I'm thinking I can say user underscore ID equals, I already forgot like how to, the int foreign key user. Okay. So a user has many orders. So we can say, so if we have multiple orders, a user, so as multiple orders get created, a unique user ID belongs to that order. What questions do you have about this relationship right now?
So that's a one-to-many, right? Because each order only has one user, but a user could order several different times.
Correct. So if I come over here and I do a one-to-many relationship, I can say user equals models.foreign key, and then what model this is associated with, user, I can just do like on delete equals models.cascade. Okay. And then, so if I do order.user, I can grab that user's order. But if I wanted to go from user and grab all the orders associated with that user, what do I need?
Related name.
Yep, exactly. I need to grab a related name. And it's always from the perspective of the user. So the related name, if I go do user or grab that user object and grab all the orders of that user. Spelled orders wrong. All right. I'm not quite sure if the test will fail or not. So I'm still getting 7 errors just because I'm probably not testing. So user.orders.all is not returning. So if I do self.user, create self.user. So why is that not working? That should be working, right? Maybe not, because I'm not grabbing.
I think because of the setup, like.
And create a order object because it needs to set a restaurant when it creates the order object.
Order object create. Oh, okay, cool. So that's why it's failing, but we'll get to that. All right, let's look at, so an order belongs to a user. So an order belongs to a user. So that kind of works like that. That's the same thing. an order belongs to a user, and a user can have many orders. All right, let's look at this. A restaurant has many orders. So a user has many orders and a restaurant has many orders. So just like we do for user, we can do restaurant. Well, let's actually go over here and look at restaurant. And we can say like restaurant underscore ID int foreign key rest like so. So what does this order kind of look like? Kind of a table.
A join table.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. So we can say restaurant, pretty much the same thing over here, equals foreign key, but instead of user, we want restaurant. And then also we can do orders as well as the related name, because if we do restaurant dot orders, we want to grab all the orders associated with that restaurant. But if we do order dot restaurant, we can grab that explicit restaurant that order belongs to. All right. I just want to see if this passed any tests. Nope, not yet. Okay, whatever.
Tom, when you say orders.restaurant, does so you can explicitly call restaurant with lowercase r?
No, so you do capital restaurant. So you'd grab an explicit restaurant. So just a single restaurant object and do dot orders, and you can grab all the orders associated with that restaurant.
Okay.
I think if you comment out the stuff below the order object creation in the test, it might pass the first test.
So below the order object,
From line 10 down.
no, okay. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Cool. So I'm getting 3 errors. So I passed a lot of them already, but I just want to go through all these. An order belongs to a restaurant. So all that is kind of made right there. With this, an order belongs to a restaurant. All right. So an order has many food order items. So an order has many food order items. So let's just see, an order has many food order items. So this is where this through table works, this order food item. So if order has many food order items, I just want to keep looking. An order food item belongs to an order. A food item has many order food items. So this is where it's a many to many relationship. So an order food item an order has many order food items. So we can say an order equals models, just kind of like a user has many orders. Instead of user, we can do order, and then I don't know if we need a foreign key for that right now. So an order has many food order items. Okay. And then an order food item belongs to an order, like so. And then let's look at here. A food item has many order food items. So we can also say food, is it food item? Item equals food item. So an order has many food items, and a food item can belong to many orders. Okay, I just want to keep looking. And finally, you have to set up your associations correctly. A user should have many food items through the orders. Okay. So this food order item is a many to many. This is like the through table through a many to many relationship. So food item can belong to many orders, and orders can have many food items. And it's going through this through table, this order food item table. So this is where we'd have a many to many relationship. So food item can have many orders. So models dot many to many field, and it has an goes through the orders, or it's food item has many orders. All right. But it's going through the order food item table. So we do through the order food item table. We'd say a related name equals food items. So if you go from order dot food items, so order dot food items, I'm going through the food item table and grabbing the food items. Just want to run this. Whoop. Orders is not defined. So order. Uh-oh. Related underscore name. All right, I'm still getting 3 errors. Associate object, no attribute. See which
You have
one
to comment them back in the setup in the test
Oh,
file.
thank you. So they're all passing. But hold on. Does that make sense? So food item, but like where's restaurant come in? Restaurants. So if I start at restaurant, grab the orders, then I can grab all the orders. Dot food item. I think that works.
Hey, Tom, can you show us like in the shell how we would do some basic, queries of these things?
Yeah, so I'm wondering if that's even going to be able to work. So Python manage.py shell plus. Okay, so I just want to see if this works. User equals user dot objects dot create. Yeah, so it's not going to work just because the database. So on. Create DB. Was it GrubHub? All right, let's go in the shell plus. So, oh, duh. So quit. So I got a Python manage.py make migrations. Was it GrubHub or just to make migrations? Why doesn't no changes were detected? Is it food delivery? Okay, and then I can do migrate. Okay. I'm going to go back into the shell plus, then do user dot objects dot create. So a user, grab a user object. I'm actually just going to come over here, just copy this stuff. Whoops. Oh, I see what's. restaurant object. So I've got a restaurant and I've got a user. So if I do like user equals user.objects.first, I'm grabbing the first user, and I wanted to create a restaurant. Equals restaurant dot objects dot first. So I need to create some associations. So I've created a user and I've got a user right here and I've got a restaurant. Okay, now I'm going to create an order for that by doing order dot objects dot create, and the user equals that user object right here. And let's see if this works. Restaurant equals the restaurant object. Okay, so I've got an order and a user. So if I do order, let's see if I need to create anything else. Do I need to create a food item? No, I don't think I do. So yeah, let's actually create a food item and grab. So I can do food item dot objects dot create, and I'm going to pass orders. Well, I need to create a list of that, or do I? Orders equals order. This is probably not going to work. I might get an error. Yeah, order is not defined. Oh yeah, I didn't create it. Okay. So hold on, let's just grab the order dot objects dot all. So I'm grabbing all the orders. There should only be one of them in there. So if I grab that first order, you do dot first. I do order dot user. So order is not defined. Why not? Oh, first order dot user. I get that user object. So I'm grabbing a order object and doing dot users or dot user and grabbing that user. I can also grab that restaurant, order dot restaurant, grabbing that restaurant ID. But if I wanted to grab the order starting from the restaurant, so I can do like first restaurant. I'll just do first rest equals restaurant dot objects dot first. First rest. So I've got that restaurant object, and now I can grab all the orders associated with this restaurant by doing dot orders. So I can do first rest dot orders. See if this works. So I get this weird thing. So Django object models fields, blah, blah, blah. But now I can actually run queries. So I'm doing dot orders, and I can do dot all and grab all the orders associated with that restaurant. I can also do so I can actually run, just grab that first order, which this database only has one order in it. What questions do you have so far about going from order, grabbing the restaurant, and doing restaurant and grabbing all the orders associated with that restaurant? Oh, good. We can keep going. I'm going to create some food items. So I've already got some orders. So I'm just do first order equals order dot objects dot first order, and now I'm going to create a food item dot objects dot create, and I wonder if this is going to work just because orders equals first order didn't work. So it's a many to many. So it says use orders.set. Let's see, it's prohibited use. So I'm going to see if I do orders. I'm not quite sure if this is going to work. Order.objects.all orders. So it's a query set. If I do food item dot objects dot create orders equals all orders. What foot item? I might get that same error. Yeah. So I'm actually quite not sure how to do that off the top of my head. Orders.set. Yeah, I don't know how to explicitly do this right in the console off the top of my head. I'd have to Google it to actually create a food item and an order food item. But, oh, hold on a second. So if I create a order food item, oh, here, I got it. So let's just create a food item equals, or food item dot objects dot create. So I created a food item object and it automatically saved it. And do I have first order still? So I've got a first order and so I've got a food item object right here, and I've got an order object right here. So food item object. So now I can actually do order food item dot create objects dot create. Soon as this works, order equals first order. So I'm just throwing stuff into my database right now. Food item equals food item dot objects dot first. Okay, so I created an order food item. So I think I have everything I need to in this database that I can start running queries on. So if I want to grab food item, so I just want to see. So I'm grabbing the order. So first order, grab that order. And if I wanted to go to order and grab that food item, see what I can do. Order, going through dot food items. So if I do first order dot food underscore items dot all, I get the food item object. And so I've got do food item dot first. So I'm just grabbing the first object. First food item, setting that to a variable. First food item, it's an object. So I've got a food item by doing first order dot food items dot first, and I can do dot order. See if I don't want the food item. No, that doesn't work. So I grabbed the food. So I went order, grabbed all the food items, and it's going through the order item table. So that's how I'm able to grab all the food items. And I can do the same thing by grabbing the first food item. First, or like food item equals food item dot objects dot first. So it's literally just grabbing the first food item. And I can do first food item dot orders dot all. Oh, what just happened? Oh, food item is actually an order. So in this food items object, I grab the first food item and then I'm reassigning food item. So I'm grabbing the first food item dot orders. So I'm grabbing all the orders associated with that food item, which is a query set of order objects. So that's just how you interact, like go from one table to another. And it's doing it through the order food item table. Just did that on the fly. I don't know if that was helpful or if you all could keep pace with me as to what's going on. What questions do you have? None? All right. I'm going to stop.